15, 20 years back, there wasn't much data on philanthropy, both in terms of the amount of money that were flowing into the sector, but also the amount of money that the sector itself is producing and utilizing to attend to different crises that affects the sector, whether it's poverty, inequality, gender-based violence, among others. Today we're sitting with a lot of data that tells us how we can track the flow of money, whether from international foundations or from local foundations. So I think that's one big shift. And I think decision making and programming makes sense when you've got data. And we are there right now. But there's still more to be done. We're talking about 54 or so countries, so there's still more to be done. The second, I think, is what I see to be small shifts in attitudes around high net worth individuals. Early on, when different ecosystem infrastructures were being set up in the continent, high net worth individuals were very reserved in terms of wanting to engage or to be approached or even to be profiled. But today we see that there is a lot of giving that is attributed to high net worth individuals. They may not yet be giving directly to causes like empowerment of women, changing the status quo, but what we know is that if an issue is very close to their heart, they are motivated to give. And we could tell, for example, with humanitarian issues, Ebola, COVID, among others. So that's a second shift which I think is important, especially when you look into the future.
First, it is really in terms of just the understanding of the fact that there's a diverse range of philanthropies that are contributing to finding solutions for the continent, be it at individual level, be it at community level, be it the institutionalized philanthropy that most of us often talk about when we think about philanthropy. So I think just that understanding is quite important because it opens up a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities in terms of how we think about, but also how we engage with philanthropies on the continent.
My opinion is demonstrated by a few kind of developments that we have seen which are integral into power. Who holds the power, how they hold that power, and what they do with that power. So that we are seeing more feminists, black women in spaces of power, and that now changes the narrative of how philanthropy is seen. We see a lot of black people in general being part of decision-making processes, and we see redefining of social movements in a manner that who is accessing, for what reason are they accessing, changing and improving the manner in which philanthropy is being experienced in this continent. And the outcomes of all these shifts is more resilient movements, more innovative movements, and movements that are able to relate with lived realities of this continent on matters feminism and how to change the lives and governance of the continent. So the shifts are having direct impact, in my opinion.
Probably the most incredible thing for me was the passion. So the commitment to the feminist and pan-Africanist cause was evident in the commitments people made, in the depth and the attentiveness and thoughtfulness people engaged in discussion with. I think that this is an important initiative, that we start shaping our own narratives and our own conversations and shaping the agenda. And I think that the last 3 days went a long way to coalescing thinking, to getting a common purpose. I hope we're open to the idea of seeing what emerges through the process, that we are open to a journey of discovery, and that we're not trying to use old wineskins for new thinking. I think the people in the room demonstrated, I think, that creativity and that courage.